Hi, friends. Good morning. It is Thursday and it is March 18th today. For our math objective today, we are going to be placing groups in order from most to least and from least to most. And so we're going to be talking about a few different concepts. And these are not new, not totally new concepts. We're just going to be working with a little bit different of a subject material and looking at things in a little bit different way than we have before. So, our first vocabulary word here is order. This is not new. We talked about order before because we've talked about putting numbers in order, right? So we know that there's an order to our numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? And we know that some numbers are bigger than other numbers because they have more, right? And so today we're going to be talking about a couple different uh, terms. The first one, this one, oops, that's not what I wanted. Oh, it's being weird and not bringing up what I want it to bring up. Oh, look at that. Can you see it very tiny? What if I click on the, it does not want to bring up those words for me. Let's see if I can get it to work now. Nope. Nope. It does not want to bring it up. It's got a broken link of some sort and it's just bringing up our poster. So we're going to look really, it's going to be kind of hard to find there. I wonder if I could find it on here. There we go. We can make it big there. Perfect. So here's our first one. This concept is most. So we talked a little bit last time about this. And I actually made a mistake on the video last time, and I did the worksheet from today's lesson, one of them, uh, last time. So you might have gotten a little bit of extra practice, and you were probably confused just a little bit, as I was when that worksheet popped up. So I accidentally scrolled to the next lesson on that worksheet. And so I just rolled with it and I was mistaken. So I apologize. But on that other worksheet, it talked about the most, right? The one with the most is the biggest, largest amount. So you can see on this vocabulary card that there's like a small amount right here and then a little bit bigger amount right here, and this one has the most rocks right here. It's the biggest pile. It has more than these other groups. Okay. And so when we talk about order and putting things in order from least to most or from most to least, it's doing just this. They've put this in order. So if I put this from order from least to most, the one with the least would be right here. Let's bring up our other vocab word while we're at it, because the other vocab word is least, right? So we have our, oh no, it just disappeared. I don't know what happened. Okay, I've got them both here. So what you can see here is that we have least, okay? And the least amount is this tiny amount right here. This is the least, okay? It's the tiniest amount, the less, least, okay? And then the one with the most is the biggest amount right here, okay? So if we are working from least to most, I would put a number 1 by the least. That's the first, it's the one with the least amount. The next one up would be right here, number 2, right? So this is the next step up. It's a little bit more than the least, okay? And then the third least amount would be right here. So if I'm going from least to most, right, I'm going to order it 1, 2, 3. Now, this is tricky, friends. On the flip side, if I want to go from most to least, then I start my order a little bit differently. So the one with the most is going to be number 1. The second most is going to be number 2. And the third most is going to be number 3. This is a tricky concept, isn't it? It is. It is such a tricky concept because we're trying to order things in different ways. So over here it goes 1, 2, 3 because it's going from least to most. And in this one, it's going from most to least. And so we have to start our order at the bottom and move up, right? And so it is kind of tricky because we're going to have to switch our way of thinking to put these things in order, okay? All right, so let's take a look at these worksheets now. This is the silly worksheet that I did yesterday. And you were probably like, what does this have to do with what we just learned? It was kind of skipping ahead just a little bit. So you might have gotten a little preview and a little bit of extra experience with this, okay? But this first worksheet, let me find my pen here. This first worksheet, it says that we're going to cut out each set and place in order from least to most. So that means I'm starting with the least amount and I'm going to get to the most amount. Now, obviously, we cannot cut this out when we're working online. So my distance learners have to uh, just put numbers next to it. Okay. And that adds a whole nother level of difficulty, but I think that we can handle it. So we're going to start with the least amount. And it looks like right here is my least amount because there's only one right there, right? So that's the least amount. So I'm going to write a number 1 because I'm starting with the least. Number 1. The next least amount, we have 6 here, 3 here. Down here has way more, way more. So I think we're going to go with this one for number 2 because it has the least amount so far. So the next least amount would probably be either this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 6 definitely is least. So this is going to be number 3. So 1, 2, 3. Which one has the least between these two right here? I think definitely this one has the least amount. So it's going to be number 4. And then the one with the most is this one right here. Obviously, it has a lot more. So we are going to definitely have that one as the most. Okay. So now we've put them in order. Order from least to most. Okay. And so there you go. I know this is tricky because you guys are going to be confused because this is 6 dots and I put a number 3 next to it. But I want you to remember that these numbers are the order for which these would go. Okay, so if I were able to cut these out and put them in order, the order would be first this one, then number 2 this one, then number 3 this one, number 4 this one, number 5 this one. There's one more worksheet down here underneath, and this time we are going to order from most to least. So this is going to be opposite of what we did before. So we want to find the one with the most, and that will be number 1. Okay, So when I just look at this, I can see that this one has the most, okay? So I'm going to put that one as number 1 because it has the most. The one with the second most, I'm not really sure because it's either this one or this one. So I can count them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh, this one has more. So this one is the next most. So it's going to be number 2. This one is the next most because it has 8. So it's going to be number 3. And the next most is between these two. This one has the most, so it's going to be number 4. And the last one, this one would be the least amount, would be number 5. Okay, so it's important to pay attention to the directions up here. Most to least. Most is going to be the number 1, right? Remember in our other worksheet, we went from least to most. And so in this circumstance, the least amount will be number 1, okay? All right, I hope this makes sense and that it's not as clear as mud to you, and that you're able to do these worksheets. So good luck, friends. I will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.